You compare the E2B sandboxes with the Agents SDK to give an agent a real preview environment it can play with, and not just having to have just like a bunch of files or some code diffs to make it changes based on. If you've ever had to deal with setting up preview environments for your team or like CI, the appeal here is pretty immediate. The agent can just generate code inside the sandbox, run it there, and then you get a live preview URL that you can open when it's done or even like while it's working. The first step here is that what we're going to show is generating landing pages, which is a very basic application. But the cool thing about it is it kind of showcases that, hey, we can deploy different variants of the landing page, so that lets us have versions of it over time, letting the agent go into the actual application and then make changes based on what it looks like. So first, once we generated our landing page here, we can just go through and be like, hey, I want to go generate a new variant of it, just purely based on the HTML and CSS, right? So we can just pass up, here's my HTML, here's my CSS. We have built an agent, and we say, hey, look, all we need to do is refine the existing landing page with a small target and edits and return to short structured summary, right? That'll take about 15 seconds. Once that comes back, we'll deploy this to a new URL. So we just got to find out where it goes to, and then we can go visit it. So it took about 10 seconds, making sure it deployed, and it should be ready about now. Okay. And so now I got a variant of it. And there's quite a big variant there, right, where we got rid of the background, really simplified everything. All right. So with that in mind, right, so what you want to do next, though, is a lot of the times, right, we're not actually seeing what the page looks like. Like we as the user are, but the AI, all it's seeing is the HTML and the CSS. So what we need to be able to do is let it go take a screenshot, so it can go screenshot what's happening, and then based on the screenshot, make changes. And so that's what this loop is going to do, is that we're going to go through 3 times, and we're going to take a before and after screenshot, and then based on the before screenshot, we'll make some changes, look at the after screenshot, and figure out if we're happy. So we started off here. All right, and then we ended up here. All right. And then the cool thing is each of these, right, again, is we get our own preview URL, so that way we can go back over time and be like, hey, maybe I like this one better. And then so you can see where this sort of thing can be useful, where if you've got an application, you're looking for all sorts of different performance or whatever, right, you just got to figure out, hey, how do we get that information from the sandbox to the agent, and then let the agent optimize on that metric as it's going through and iterating. And then you have all the intermediary steps that you can go through and compare it against. So we're very excited about this use case, very happy that with the Agent SDK, makes it fairly simple to set up your loops where you're just going to set up your agent, here set up the inputs and set up the outputs. So hope you have fun.